Hello there everyone on the internet. Hope you all are doing well. I'm Vikas Tiwari and welcome to Programmers Mode. So maybe you have heard about SAS or SCSS from somewhere but actually don't know about it. Don't worry, I will break it into chunks and make sure to ease the understanding process for you. So let's dive straight into it and explore. In today's fast moving world, knowing SAS is an important part of web development. I wanted to let you know that currently the three most popular and stable CSS preprocessors are SAS, LESS, and Stylus. However, there are more to the list. Now, SAS is the most popular and easy to use. If you learn SAS, it's very easy to learn other preprocessors. So, what is SAS? SAS stands for Syntactically Awesome Style Sheets. It is a CSS preprocessor with syntax advancements and allow us to write next generation CSS. Style sheets in the advanced syntax are processed by the program and turned into regular CSS style sheets. Basically, it allows us to create variables, nested rules, functions, mixins, and do mathematical calculations. Now, here with most of the things we are familiar. If not, then too we are going to see that further. Don't worry about it. But what is mixin? A short overview about mixins. Mixins allow you to define styles that can be reused throughout your style sheets. So moving ahead, talking about syntaxes, there are two types of syntaxes while writing CSS in SAS. The first and older syntax known as SAS or indented syntax. It allows us to write CSS without semicolons and curly braces with added indentation for defined properties. It is most similar like Python language. Files using this syntax have the .sass extension. The second known as SCSS, that is Sassy CSS. Here each declaration ends with a semicolon and each selector is written in curly brackets. Files using this syntax have the .scss extension. Now the choice is up to you as to which syntax to use. So while demonstrating some of its cool features, I will be using the SCSS syntax. Let's move to the code editor and set up the SAS for our local development. So we are here in VS Code. I have created one folder demo, but before starting with it, you should install this live SAS compiler which will compile your SCSS to CSS. How it works in real time we will see while coding, so make sure to install it. So moving ahead, here I will create one index.html. I will create one folder CSS. Here one file name as style.scss. So here we are going to write our style.scss code, and here first I will create boilerplate. Here I will name it as demo. Here h1 hello programmers, and here I will add button. Now I will open it with live server. So here I have opened it with my live server. Here I will include this into header. Now I will write here header text align center. Here you can see live compilation of SAS or SCSS to CSS. So I will click on this. Here it has created for us these two files. Now what I will do, I will simply link this file with our index page. So here I will write link CSS and this. Here we go. Now it is watching, so I can close this window. Now here you can see in our style.css, this has been created for us, where our page is now linked and all our content is aligned to center. Actually here I can use nesting too. So I will give it a color, say this, and I will save this, and here I will give background color to black, and here you can see this, and here I can write and colon hover, and on hover I will change the color to this. So here when I hover, you can see the color is changing, and here I will put cursor pointer here. This way you can add the properties like double colon after and double colon before, and all the available properties you can add in this manner. Now here we saw how we can add this style within a nested manner. So now we will save this and we will go here, and I will see, I will delete this, how the compiler has created for us these things. We have nested button inside header. So here the styling created for us looks like this, and the color is like this. But now if I want, suppose I set here background color to say this. What I will do here, now I have set the background color, and suppose we have thousands of lines of code where we are using this color, and suddenly your client wants to change this color from this maybe to this color, and here we can change that easily because here this is appearing once. But what if when you have to change that color from that thousands of lines of code multiple times, then probably you're not going to do that particular work, right? So for that, what we can do is simply declare the variable, suppose bg color, and set it to the color that you want. Like suppose I set this color here, and I assign here that variable, that is bg color. You can see it is working fine like before, but now we have created a variable where we have assigned our color. So now if there are thousands of lines code and you have used this variable over the lines where you required that color, and if anyone tells you to change this color from something else, so you are required to change that color once. All the respective changes to the long lines of codes will get applied. So in this way it works. And suppose I give the color here button hover, and I set it to a nice blue, and here I assign it button hover. Similarly for this, I will simply cut this. I will come here, I will write here button color. I will assign that color. I will save. I will assign that variable here button color, and that's all things are working fine and great till now. Okay, so what I will do now, I will simply create one more file inside CSS, name suppose vars.scss, and what I will simply do is I will cut these variables, I will paste here, I will save this, I will come here, I will simply add import statement. Here I will go back to that vars file, I will save this, and here you go. You have separated those files into different section and imported here, and still it is working fine. In this way you can separate these files the way I have separated one file for my variables. You can do so for your headers, for your sections, for your footers, and simply import it here and it will just work fine. So we saw how to import external files, how to write nested styling, how to add features like hover after, how to use variables. I have introduced you about one more thing, that is mixin. Okay, so how to create that and how to use it. Okay, so here what I will do, I will simply grab this. I will come here. I will write @mixin. I will give it a name, align center. I will paste that styling here. See, now I have not included this mixin here, so all my content is justified to left side. Here what I will simply do is I will write @include and I will give the name of align center and I will save it. So this content has been aligned centered again as we have included this mixin here. So with the help of the mixin we can reuse our code. We can simply add more styling to it, and wherever we want to reuse this, we can use this by just including it in our section. Here we have more features like we can do the calculations, we can extend the functionalities, we can inherit it. There are more things to do and play around with it. One more thing, suppose I add here display flex. Here I will add flex direction column, align items center. Now with this all things are back to its original position again. So why do I write this stuffs here? I just wanted to show you that once your Sass compiler compiles this code, go in the style.css. Here you will see that it has created for you this all web dependencies here. So when you use Sass compiler, you don't need to actually take care of these things are taken care of by default. So I just wanted to show you this thing. The more you explore, the more you will like to deep dive into it and explore its feature. I will give the documentation link in the description below. For today that is all. We will meet again in next video with an amazing and interesting topic. If you like this video, please subscribe and share with your mates. Until then, take care and thanks for listening.